Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on another video, another edition of Fragmas. Actually, I've missed like 3 days and I've been really ill. My voice, everything went away. I just couldn't get myself to film any videos. I really caught a bug that, threw me out. So if you haven't met me before, my name is Anne. This channel is Scent Solutions and we're all about perfumes here. So if you haven't subscribed and you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing and clicking on the notification bell to let you know when I post a new video. All right, so today I wanted to share some hidden gems with you. Some perfumes in my collection I feel like I don't really hear talked about so often. It I have about 2, 3 of them. I mean, depending on how far we go. I don't want to spend too long on today's video, but I'll start with Tresor's Midnight Rose. Now, this perfume, if you can see, I have used up so much of this perfume, and that is because it is just one of the easiest perfumes to use in my collection. I don't know if it's gone out of circulation. I don't know if it's been discontinued. And these days, it is so difficult to keep up, So one can't help but show some discontinued perfumes. I know some people get a bit upset about that, but the thing is the rate of discontinuation is quite high. So at some point, some discontinued perfumes will make it into the list and it's not intended to offend. So anyways, Midnight Rose by Tresor is a beauty. It's a rose perfume, but it was done so beautifully. It has raspberry, it has rose. So those are the two notes that open this up. There's cassis and pink pepper, peony, and jasmine in the middle, and that is helps to kind of give this a kick, especially with the pink pepper. The base notes have vanilla, musk, and Virginia cedar, and everything works beautifully well in this perfume. It's a sweet rose with a bit of a smoky, mysterious dry down. So the opening is very uplifting and bright and sweet. And I guess that's because you've got the raspberry in there as well as the mid notes, which has cassis, which is I think the blackcurrant leaf, and peony, which is sometimes used in place of rose, as well as jasmine. Now, something there gives this an extra sweetness. Like I said, I think it's the raspberry. And then the vanilla as well adds its own warmth and just cocooning effect to this perfume. I can wear Midnight Rose 7 days a week. I tell you, this is a beautiful take on a rose fragrance, and I love how it was executed. I'm yet to see any rose fragrance that smells like this, to be honest. I kind of feel like yes, Delina is a great rose fragrance, and that's usually the blueprint for perfection in a rose fragrance, but this one is in a world of its own. It's so beautiful. It has this very mysterious dry down that makes it good for night wear, as well as the uplifting opening that makes it great for day wear as well. So for me, this is a scent that can transition from day to night very, very easily. Lasts forever on my clothes, gives me about 4 hours on skin. It is just so beautiful, so flirty, so feminine and girly. I love it. It's very seductive. Oh, this is just really, 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 really beautiful. And I love this. This is a great rose fragrance. And I also like how the vanilla was interpreted in here. It comes in at the end and wraps everything up and makes this. I think that's what adds to the allure in the dry down of this perfume. So Midnight Rose, I think, is a hidden gem that if you haven't tried, you should. I really, really would struggle to see what there is to hate in Midnight Rose by Lancome. It's Tresor Midnight Rose. It would be very difficult to hate that fragrance. Okay, so the next one on my list, and I have spoken about this perfume in a number of lists, is a Mugler's Secret. So this is from the House of Mugler, and it is a stunner for me. This perfume, this is an eau de toilette. It is a stunner. This one is a musky, powdery, fruity rose perfume. It's got some sweetness in it. There's kumquat in the opening. Kumquat is like a little citrus fruit that you can eat with the skin. It's red currants, there's violet and rose petals, and then there's white musk and cedar. So it's quite a simple note structure, but this perfume is so beautiful. It has this aquatic element to it. When I spray this, I literally keep respraying because you know it's an eau de toilette. So, and in fact, it even gives me longer lasting power. Sometimes I forget that it's an eau de toilette. So it gives me about 5 hours on clothes, but on skin, maybe 2, 3 hours. But you kind of keep getting wafts of it, especially if you spray strategically on your clothes. This one is an aquatic leaning fragrance. It's kind of like a fresh kind of fragrance, but with floral components to it, right? I love this. I really love this. The rose, the violet, and you know, violet has a sweetness to it sometimes, you know, that can come off a bit old-fashioned if it's not done right. So a lot of the purple fragrances, iris, violet, they have that thing where they can come off a bit old-fashioned if they're not used very well in the fragrance, but it was used pretty well in here. And the addition of musk and you know the cedar woods at the base as well as the rose petals in the middle just make this fragrance a beauty to behold. It can be worn by anyone of any age. I see this working well on younger age group. I see it working well on, you know, with an older crowd. I see this working well in an office setting. You can wear this out to brunch with friends, can wear this out to dinner if you want. As far as I'm concerned, this perfume can do anything you want it to do. It is such a beautiful perfume, and I wonder why it is not more spoken about. So it actually reminds me of another one of, I think, Mugler Aura Eau de Sensual. I believe that's the name. So I have that perfume, but this is almost like a lighter, diluted version of that perfume. It's really, really nice. It's very pleasant and I love it. And I can just keep spritzing, spritzing, spritzing. It's a delicate, beautiful fragrance that I just love. So feminine and pretty, and I love it. And I don't hear too many people talking about it. Okay, now the last one for today, because I don't want this to be more than 10 minutes, is Ralph Lauren's Romance. And now this was what my wedding perfume. This one holds so many beautiful memories for me. This I used to use sometime in the 2000s, in the earlier 2000s, I believe. That was when I used to use this. And a friend of mine loved this perfume. This was her signature scent. So I think I bought this for her once, and then she decanted a bit for me and I used it for a bit and I really liked it. And so on my wedding day, this was what I wore. It's such a romantic perfume, and the name just, you know, really describes perfectly how this perfume is. It's one of those older formulations that has a lot of notes. So there's rose, there's chamomile, ginger, lemon, freesia, there's lily, lotus, violet, carnation, there's musk, oak moss, there's woods, there's patchouli, but everything blends so perfectly. This is, let me just spray this because I just want to get a whiff of the scent. Oh, this is so pretty, so pretty. In the opening is very citrusy and a bit spicy with the ginger. So you get that initial kick of ginger and lemon and then chamomile. So there's something very warming about it, as well as, you know, it's warming, it's romantic, it's feminine. That opening is very sharp. I guess the lemon plays a very big role in here. And then in the middle, you start to get those more floral notes. So like the lily, the lotus, the violet, those notes come to play in the middle, and they make it very feminine. So that's what adds that dreamy element to this perfume, that mid note of, you know, just the mix of flowers. And then at the base, of course, you have your oak moss, you have your musk. The patchouli in here is very refined. It's not a dirty patchouli. It's not going to bother you if you're somebody who doesn't like patchouli. And you get the woody notes again as it dries down. It's such a pretty fragrance. This is weddings. This is, you know, work. This works very well as a work fragrance. If you're working somewhere where you don't need your scent to offend anyone. It's such a classic perfume. It's that kind of perfume that transcends generations. Oh, this is so pretty. There's a soapy element to it when it dries down, right? But it's very pleasant. It's very mild. It's not the kind of soapiness that bothers at all. This is just a clean, very classic, very elegant, feminine fragrance. Brings back so many memories for me, and I kind of feel like it's a hidden gem in my collection, and this one will always be there because reminds me of my wedding day. This scent will never go out of fashion. Think CK, but it's a bit more, I would say, feminine than CK1. So pretty. Anyway, guys, that's what I wanted to share with you today. Those 3 hidden gems in my collection. If there are any hidden gems in yours, please let me know in the comments. And I just wanted to point out that I now have another channel. It's called Scentolutions_ME. It's where I talk about my Middle Eastern fragrances, because I know I started to infuse them a bit in here, but I also know that it's possible that, you know, the audience here might not really be interested in Middle Eastern fragrances. So I'll infuse them here once in a while, but I have a second channel that is dedicated to Middle Eastern fragrances, and I'll leave a link to it in the comments. So if you like that kind of content, please help me grow that channel. Subscribe. I'm still starting up with it, but very soon I'll churn out as many videos as possible. And hopefully I see you on another video. If you watch till this point, you're the real MVP. Until I see you tomorrow, thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day or night. Bye, guys.